You're in a movie.
So are you.
The two of us.
We are in a movie called Date Night.
Tell us about it.
Okay. We play a couple from New Jersey who are very nice and regular people, and they want to go and have one nice, fun night out away from their kids, and it gets all screwed up. What happens in this movie, Date
Glad
Night?
you asked. Well, Claire and Phil Foster, played by us, go out on a date night to sort of rekindle the relationship. It's not a bad relationship. It's just a relationship that I think has grown a little stale, perhaps. And two very loving people, two kids, and they decide to kind of cut loose and go into New York, not have their average date night. And then what happens, Sina?
Then, I don't know how much we can give away, but they turn into Jeeps. No, that's Transformers. They they have trouble getting a table at a very fancy restaurant that your character really wants us to have a special night at this fancy restaurant in the city. So you lie and we take someone else's reservation and we say we're this other couple called the Triple Horns, and we take their reservation and have a really nice meal. But then at the end of the meal, some kind of scary guys come in looking for the Triple Horns and mistake us for them. And then we have to run for our lives.
Run for our lives all night long. There's a fair bit of intrigue that this couple gets wrapped up in. Date night for us, you know what, and you said this yourself. We were talking about date night before. Sometimes the worst part of date night is actually leaving on date night. When you see your babysitter sitting down, getting all cozy, clicking on the TV.
Watch some TV.
Yeah, and that looks ultimately much better than the night you have ahead. So tell me about Claire Foster.
Claire Foster is a working mom of two kids who is like almost everyone I know, just a little kind of worn out by the day-to-day life of raising your kids, getting them out the door, getting them to school, having a job, keeping your house clean. And so she is a good person who's just kind of worn into the ground a little bit and maybe a little bit more short with her husband than she should be.
I'm going to ask you a question I bet you've never been asked in your life as an actress. Are you at all like your character?
My character and I, we both have type A blood. I mean, I keep a very detailed character journal, so if you want me to get into this, okay.
I want you to.
I am left-handed, and my character is ambidextrous.
Okay.
And other than that, we are completely alike. Completely.
Okay. There are a lot of great people in this movie. We have Ray Liotta. We have Mila Kunis. We have
James Franco. Mark Wahlberg.
Tell me what. Now, when you first read the script, did you envision any of these people, or did you have specific notions as to who these characters would be?
I did think that they were really good parts. When I read the script, I thought, oh, these are really good parts for some people. But I don't know that I thought we would get this lucky.
Yeah.
To have that caliber of people in all these different parts. How about you?
I feel the same way. It's hard sometimes when you read a script and they're great characters, but you don't necessarily know who would play them. And then when you see them acted out, they're even better than they would have been on the page. I think we've lucked out. The worst date I ever went on was a triple date with two of my older brothers. And I think it was actually the first date I ever asked a girl out on. And we went to a Jethro Tull concert in Boston, at the Boston Garden. And my brothers kept looking at me all night and nudging each other in the ribs. And I could not have been more petrified.
How old were you?
I was a sophomore in high school. And they didn't tease me, but they were so amped up about the fact that I was on a date that it was incredibly uncomfortable, and she was uncomfortable, and I walked her to the door and I shook her hand with them watching from the car, for which I was ridiculed once I got that gift. What about you? Do you have any bad experiences?
I have so few dates, lifetime. I'm trying to think. I got taken to a college formal one time. I think a guy may have come out to me during a date.
He just likes to have fun. He just enjoys. He just enjoys the process of making a movie, and I think it's contagious with everybody, with the cast, with the crew. I think he makes everybody feel like they're a part of making the thing, and that's why I think the morale's really good. And sometimes the nights can go late and people can get tired, and he keeps it fun.
Maintains energy. I think he's a great combination. I think Sean Levy, the director, is a great combination of being so organized and on top of the mechanics of the day and everything that needs to be done and all the technical aspects of. This is a pretty complex movie. There's a lot of action, and so, he's such a great mix of totally being on top of all that with a really high skill level, and then also being really playful. And that's the only way you can afford to have time to play around or to improvise and do extra takes is if everyone else really knows what they're doing.
Right.
So he's like a great combination of taskmaster and jester. He's a task jester.
He is a task jester. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
And don't worry.
Don't worry.
Makes no sense at all.
Just see Date Night. Go on a date night and see Date Night.
Tina Fey.
Steve Carell.
Oh.
You don't have to be married to go on a date night.
Nope. You can be divorced.
You could go with your teacher.
You could go with your kids. Mm-hmm. You could go with your grandparents.
Your pastor.
Your rabbi.
You could go with a Build-A-Bear if you buy a ticket for that bear.
You could.
You could.
I wouldn't.
You could go with.
You should just go.
Just go. I'm not going to ask you again.